Ako, sobra akong fascinated. Kasi basta kakaroon ka ng context, ano yung significance niya sa isang lugar. Ito, paggawa ng San Nicolas Cookies,
San Nicolas Cookies.
Kala nyo And andito na tayo at kakain na tayo ng merienda natin. Old school, It's light, Malalaman mo kung totoo yung ensaymada or tamang pagkagawa because it is spoiled. Nakikita mo, ang daming kumakain, You know what I love about Pampanga? Everything here shines, literally and figuratively. There's light in every corner, in the crafts, the food, and the people. It's not just about brightness, it's about the spirit, the quiet, steady glow that never fades. Today, James Santiago takes me to the Giant Lantern and Tourist Information Center. Here, the famous Giant Lantern is on display to show me why San Fernando is rightfully called the home of the Giant Lanterns.
I think the reason why the San Fernando became the Christmas capital of the Philippines and home of the Giant Lanterns because of our lantern industry. Our lanterns are these 20 feet in diameters giant lanterns. Throughout the year, we are displaying different lanterns in our major thoroughfares, yung mga nasa highway natin. So, thematic usually yung mga yan. So, when we have like national celebration, even yung mga Valentine's Day natin, we will display mga lanterns inspired sa puso, ganyan. So, it's most likely related to Valentine's. So, we want really to showcase the lantern industry of San Fernando. Actually, yung mga Kapampangan, they were very deeply rooted sa kanilang culture and tradition. Nung matagal nagstay dito yung mga Espanyol, they really share their culture, their traditions, their beliefs sa mga Kapampangans. And it really has a connection with the lantern, The Kapampangans, we believe that the lantern industry started in a tradition we call the Lubenas. So actually, Lubenas is a procession wherein during the Misa de Gallo or yung Simbang Gabi, we have this community. This is the mini version of our giant lantern. Actually, this is just 6 feet in diameter with most likely 250 bulbs. And the unique about the lanterns of San Fernando, they are manually operated. So it's a more than century-old tradition of the Kapampangans. So even during our Giant Lantern Festival, they are using this rotor.
So ito ako, na-fascinate ako dahil para siya yung musical box pala.
Actually,
pero instead of notes, ilaw yung...
Ilaw po.
So naka-program siya, kaya may pattern dito, parang weaving na ganun.
Exactly.
Wow, di ko in-expect na ganun. So akala mo talaga na digital. Ngayon kasi everybody think it's digital. Pero nung wala pang digital, ganito pala yung mechanism.
Yes.
So kahit ano kalaki yung parol, okay lang ito na size, hindi naman siya lumalaki, di ba? Usually
nag-a-adjust po yung rotor natin kasi when we're talking about the giant lanterns, kasi 20 feet in diameter sila. And most of them consist of 8,000 to 13,000 bulbs. So imagine, this is 6 feet.
This is just 6 feet. So ito, sobrang, di ba? Times ilan? Almost 3 to 4, no?
Yes po. So, let's say 8,000 to 13,000 bulbs. And the rotors that they were using are actually 8 to 12 minsan. And they were 6 to 8 feet long.
Oh, grabe, no?
Kasi mas madami
mas madaming bulb. So, bali isang ganyan, isang bulb or isang parang linyahan?
Bali, so they were using actual hair clips and they split them into half. The half of the hair clips were attached dito sa drum natin. And actually, the drum is covered by masking tape. They will use a paper cutter to remove some of the parts. And then once the hair clips tumatama siya dun sa parts na walang masking tape, that's the only time yung kuryente, pupunta siya dun sa parol. And when the time na tatama siya dun sa may masking tape,
so talagang maisip, parang very ingenious yung pagkagawa kasi found material siya.
Mapapansin nyo, may nakasinde, may nakapatay na.
Wow.
And meron mga numbering. Sige, sir.
Oh. So I'm sure pag mas malaki ito, mas mabigat itong
mas mabigat po.
Very important din na tama yung pattern mo or else wala siyang size-size, random siya.
Yes po.
Pero ito, it's really like parang choreographed in a way, no? Performance art siya, So, tinatakpan mo yung contact point ng kuryente with masking tape para hindi siya umilaw. Knowing how it works, para kung nawindang or parang mind blown. Kasi akala mo kasi manonood ka lang, natutuwa ka lang. Pero eto mismo, paggawa ng parol, sobra ng hirap.
The
Building.
centerpiece namin, yung
Oo.
sa labas, that's 20 feet. Nag-search nga ako kasi tinatanong sa akin, kami po ba yung merong pinakamalaking giant lantern? We attempt sa Guinness Book World of Records and we failed. And then talagang hinanap ko, sino talaga yung may hawak nung title? It's the China, which is a lantern design na flower, which is lotus. Kasi when we define the lantern, it's not about this ganitong design.
The whole talaga. All
talagang-
kinds of lantern. So you're standing here, halos sa border ka lang ng design, no? Taas, oh.
Umabot siya ng 2 to 3 months for them to finish.
Napaka-intricate. And imagine mo yung mga machine nila na para
Let's check
magpailaw.
their actual machine dito. Yung mga rotor nila.
Wow, oh. Dalawa pa.
Dalawa. Pero yung iba, naghanap sila ng mga alternative materials. Because the Hercules, madali silang mabali.
Oo.
So, ito gamit nila yung steel rods. You know, yung mga sa likod ng refrigerators sa baba, yun yung ginamit nila.
So ito
Para
naman
hindi
iba.
madali.
So
Oo,
iba here. Ito naman siya, mga galing sa likod ng mga refrigerator.
And
yung
bicycle
mga
brakes. So,
bicycle brakes.
pinagdugtong nila.
Grabe, no?
Seeing that lantern up close got me curious. How did they make something this beautiful, this alive? So we headed to Rolren's Lantern and General Merchandise to see where the magic begins.
Yung tinatawag natin paggawa ng parol dito, it is a tradition. Kasi nga, nung unang panahon namin, pag may mga activity sa baryo, natututo kami dahil tumutulong kami sa mga activity sa baryo, kagaya ng paggawa ng giant lantern, pinapasa ng mga matatanda sa amin. Tapos kami naman, ang naging role namin, nag-innovate kami. Gumawa kami ng paraan para lalong mapaganda yung mga parol natin dito sa San Fernando. Sa negosyo namin, nag-start kami since 1986. Informal lang yon, backyard business, gano'n. Galing ako ng abroad, wala akong alam na trabaho. Naisip ko yung passion ko sa parol. Actually, dalawa yung negosyo namin. Yung isa, contractual. Ang ibig namin sabihin ng contractual, yung mga de-decorate mo yung isang mall, isang city, mga kontrata yan. Pero yung kapis namin, parang tinatawag namin siyang mga retail, gano'n. Pero ang negosyo namin, whole year na.
Saan galing po yung mga kapis natin?
Bataan,
Bataan.
Quezon Province, Bisaya. Dadating dito, bulky eh. Papakyawin mo yung isang buong truck.
Isang buong truck. Yan, ito. No. Ito, parang soldering, no?
Yan ang assembly line.
Magpagawa pala ako, dito lang pagawa, ha? Oh, wow, laki ng star.
Diyan ginagawa yung mga parte,
Oo nga eh.
yung mga pyesa. Tapos pagdudugtungin. Laborious eh.
Oo nga eh. Ito, assemble na.
Labor intensive eh.
Pero yung market nyo, local lang, hindi na kayo nag-i-export.
Meron kami, dalawa,
Oo.
US, Canada. Local pa lang, okay ka na. Baka mag-iisip ng problema pa.
Oo.
Pero kumuha kami, 2 container.
Oo. Pero mahirap din kasi yung very labor intensive din. Kulangin ng tao.
Hindi,
yung
tsaka, hindi rin, dami ko order. Sino ka,
Sino
mapapahiya ka lang.
Oo. Oh, ito, ano pa?
Yan, pagkatapos ng Pasko, wala na yan.
Pero,
Ganito kasi sir.
in order na to? Or,
Hindi, ganito. May,
supply na.
halimbawa,
Mm.
negosyante ka.
Mm.
Pagdating mo dito, sa akin na ito, ha? Parang gano'n.
Pakyaw na.
Kaya hindi nila maintindihan yung ibig namin sabihin eh. Kasi labor intensive. Hindi kaya ng makina.
Oo.
Produce ka lang ng produce.
Oo. So, anong meron yun lang yun?
Oo,
Basta
kaya
hindi ka lang
pag
tumitigil.
ganito yon, pag may tumawag, punta po kayo dito.
O, kung ano meron, pakyawin mo na.
Oo, ganun.
Wala nang reserve kasi pag hindi mo kinuha
Kung may
ngayon.
ano ka lang, alimbawa, customize, yung gagawin namin yun.
Oo.
Pagkaya namin, yung bulky. Diyan naman ang naging showroom namin. Ito naman yung napasama ko sa mga karakter ng Pampanga. Second to the last ako. Kami hindi na namin napipili yung Christmas. Wala na yung excitement.
Wala na. Oo.
Kaya ako, pag nagbibideo ako, kinakanta ko na yung mga kantang pamasko eh. Kasi pag Christmas time, di mo na makakanta yun.
And as I watched them work, cutting, shaping, wiring each light by hand, I realized it isn't just craftsmanship, it's devotion. Here in Pampanga, light isn't decoration. It's a promise that no matter what happens, joy will always return. And after all that light, I thought, maybe it's time to taste something just as soulful. So we dropped by Everybody's Cafe. Here I met up with old friend Pet Horolan. For generations, Tita Pet and her family have kept the heart of Kapampangan cooking alive. Because here, food isn't just made, it is remembered.
It's good to have money and
good
the
to have money and
things money,
money
can
can
buy.
but it's good to check
up once in a while
and make sure you haven't lost the thing money can't buy. O, di ba? Totoo.
More than mga 70 years na yan. Tingnan mo yung 2 pesos niya.
Pero makes a lot of sense, no? That's why,
oo.
di ba, minsan nakakalimutan mo yung what's important. And itong Everybody's Cafe kasi, well, in my own mind, it's one of the most iconic na, restaurants, kainan dito talaga sa Pampanga. And like, if you're a foodie and you're friends with people are foodies and you talk of Pampanga, hindi talaga pwedeng hindi ma-mention yung restaurant niyo. Baguhan pa akong chef, Everybody's Cafe na yun. That's ilang years akong chef. Di ba?
Hanggang ngayon.
Hanggang ngayon, oo. Di ba? Pero anong year talaga nag-start tong restaurant? Yung pinaka-roots niya, pinaka-seed ng kanyang
1946.
1946. More like, ilan na ba? 75 years, no? Mga ganon.
Kung ganon, oo.
And the recipes nyo, I think have been passed on from generation. I'm sure may pagbabago ng konti. Hindi mo talaga maiwasan yan.
Pero actually, ang secret, ang mother ko noon, hindi siya nag-i-script ng ingredients.
Oo.
There was a time to make the asado, talagang kailangan imported pa yung tomato sauce. And then with the Morcon now, it's still the chorizo El Rey.
Oh.
And
Which ang hirap ng hanap at sobrang ng mahal.
At saka yung queso de bola.
Queso de bola. I think what really sets it apart, ang lasa, di ba? And it's a taste that people who know, kung alam mo yung totoong lasa ng queso de bola, alam mo yung totoong lasa ng yung chorizo Bilbao na El Rey, you will distinguish kung pinalitan ko siya ng ordinary. You're not trying to be like everyone kasi there's a heritage na attached to it. Pero ikaw, nagluluto ka pa ba? Or hindi na? Occasionally na lang?
Nagluluto pa ako para kumbaga ako yung executive chef. So there are times na minsan yung quantity hindi tatama dun sa lasa. So parang QC na rin ako. Ganun ang ginagawa ko.
After catching up with Tita Pet, I was joined by Christine Del Rosario. Many of you know her as Kabalen Foodie. Christine's passion for Kapampangan food runs deep. Through her eyes, you see what makes it special. Flavors rooted in memory, guided by pride, and seasoned with love.
And of course, kasama ko dito, si Kabalen Foodie, si Christine. Ito, introduce mo nga sa akin tong what is, for someone who is not from here or Kapampangan, how would you describe parang Kapampangan food?
Ang Kapampangan food po kasi, during that time of earlier Filipinos, very abundant yung ating fields and mga rivers. We had a lot of choices ng ingredients, ng fresh produce. Maraming rekadong pwedeng gamitin.
Ito is very interesting, yung pindang damulag, di ba?
So parang tosinong kalabaw.
Tosinong kalabaw. And it is only later in my life na naintindihan ko yung ibig sabihin pala ng damulag is kalabaw.
Falls apart, no?
At malambot siya. Masarap naman pala. Ito pa siya may parang pineapple na parang naging fruity, no?
Sweet.
Fruity, sweet, malambot.
Pero nandun yung asim. Tapos yung iba isasaw pa po ito sa suka.
Suka. So ito yung suka natin.
Tikman niyo po yung atsarang
Atsarang gulay.
Ampalaya. There's sibuyas, talong, bell peppers.
And this is nice, no? Kasi hindi lang siya yung papaya lang na
The usual,
no? Then may talong. Malamis-namis.
Yes.
Masarap siya.
Amoy pa lang. Bagay siya dito.
Ito, Bermuda grass.
Yes.
Bermuda?
This is pako, ensaladang pako. Madalas sa boodle fight. Nilalagyan din po yan ng ano?
Suka. Ito, very classic, no? So, tikman natin to. Maraming mga tao na when they eat this, kaya sabi na, hindi naman to morcon. Ay, tama, hindi mo to morcon. It's embutido. Pero, it actually is part of the family. Ba? At a taste.
Sarap ah.
Sarap. At ang chismis dito, aside from the Marca El Rey na Bilbao, meron siyang queso de bola. And it uses duck eggs.
Yes.
Through the past few years you've been vlogging, ano yung na-notice mo sa food scene?
So there's a thin line between jumping on a trend and being authentic. So business-wise, there's nothing wrong with jumping on a trend. Pero dapat hindi mawala yung mga authentic na dishes natin. Marami na nagsasabi, bakit Kabalen foodie pero you're speaking in Tagalog and English? Bakit daw hindi ka Pampangan? Some people get mad. Some people are nagsasuggest lang naman na ba't di ka magkapampangan. However, para sa akin kasi, you want to promote Pampanga to non-Kapampangans. To show them, audience. Yes, why do they have to travel all the way to Central Luzon? Para makapunta lang dito and they will not be able to understand me kung Kapampangan. And even may mga OFW na dyan na, pag uwi ko, punta akong Pampanga dahil dyan. Hindi mo sila marireach if they will not understand me. Kahit dito ako lumaki, recently ko rin lang naman sila na-explore. So that's one of the perks, I guess, of what we do.
So there's more, you discover it and you share it with other people.
From Pampanga's glowing lanterns to its rich, comforting dishes, this trip reminded me that joy takes many forms. In craft or in cooking, Kapampangas don't just make things. They make meaning. They make light. They make life shine.
Hello, Donya! Ang ganda pa rin, no? Grabe.
Talagang ganyan.
Ganyan talaga, di ba? We are here at the factory of Pampanga's Best. Let's see how they make it, no? This used to be a factory and warehouse of furniture makers. And I will just show you this detail. Sobra akong na-fascinate.
Simple.ph. Living made simple.